So when some fighters retire, if their body will allow, they will train in martial arts for the rest of their lives. There's another segment of our roster that when their careers are over, yeah, they might do some strength and conditioning, but they will not be training, right? And I wanted to get your guys' collective thoughts on Ciryl Gane, because Dominic Cruz suggested in an Instagram comment that maybe these are just marketing tactics from Ciryl Gane coming out and saying that he really doesn't train much when he doesn't have a fight on the books. But I think maybe there's more to it. And I think this sport came very easily to Ciryl Gane. He was able to realize an interim UFC heavyweight championship very early on in his career. But I just don't know that he has like the love and the appetitive nature that Jon Jones has for mixed martial arts. So I just wanted to get your thoughts, both of you guys, on those comments, because candidly, a lot is going to be made of them during this week, and I think rightfully so.
Yeah, let me jump in first because I forget my thoughts in like a split second. I can't hold. That's why I'm interrupted. I can't hold the thought. But yeah, I agree 100% with you, John. I think I see like Ciryl Gane losing, and it's not even a big deal. Like, I don't think he'd be upset. Oh yeah. Right. Learning experience, like that. But you're right as far as the martial arts. I hope it's a marketing ploy. But I think you're dead on with that. I really do. I don't think Kenny said something about Rachmanov. He takes it serious like a lot of guys do, and a lot of guys don't. A lot of guys just go in there. They like to fight. They're picking up a paycheck. They like the bullshit that comes with it, the Instagram shit and the fucking all the other, you know what I'm saying? But this is guys that couldn't give a shit about that. They want to win, and they take it serious. Kenny, even though you probably like brushed over that, that's the point I honed in on, and it's true. Some of these guys are serious. Some of these guys are just jacking off, and they go to the gym when they have a fight. And I don't think they give a shit if they win or lose, and not that Cyryl's that bad, but I think you're right. He had not an easy path, but it came naturally to him. And, he's had some good fights, but the first time we saw any type of wrestling activity, it just didn't look good. And I don't think you can make up for that in a couple of months or even a year. So I hope he did his due diligence. And he makes it, he's prepared every aspect of that fight, but we'll sit and see.
Yeah, well, I think that's a big point, because when you look at a guy like Ciryl Gane, he is so talented, perhaps on the level of someone like a Jon Jones. Physically, he's so impressive. This guy won a kickboxing title in a very short amount of time, then went into mixed martial arts, undefeated, beating guys that are way more experienced than him very quickly again, had a title shot very quickly, had a great performance against Francis Ngannou until the very end, really. So, yeah, I think it could be true. He's gotten by on so much talent. That is both a blessing and a curse. And I don't know. Again, who knows if that's real or not? And also you got to question maybe the timing of when he put that out. He's trying to maybe weaken the mind of Jon Jones. But for me, Ray, whoever that was, and there are people out there that they took it maybe not so seriously. It was a sport for them, and they only trained when they had a fight. I would try to stay away from those people as much as I could, because it almost becomes this infection that spreads. And
I agree with you.
Extremely seriously.
Without a doubt.
For me, winning and losing was everything. I was devastated if I lost. And if I did lose, I was in the gym as quickly as my body allowed me to. Even when people told me to get the hell out of the gym, it was like, no, I don't have any time to lose. I started this late. I need every single minute I can. And I took it very seriously because, again, I'm not that physically imposing guy that could rely on my body getting me through. I needed technical ability to outdo them the best that I could. And I think that's a dangerous mindset, especially against a guy like Jon Jones that I think has been training pretty consistently. And when he gets in the cage, he has that mindset where he's out there to kill you. He's not out there to win. He's out there to destroy. And if you don't have that same mindset, you can be in trouble. But at the very least, what I could say is that against Tai Tuivasa, he did show, or Ciryl Gane, right, did show that he knows how to come back from adversity. He is tough. He can get hurt and come right back. So if that is very important heading into this fight against Jon Jones, because he will find himself in trouble at some point in that fight, I imagine. So, I thought that was a very interesting comment. I've been thinking about that a lot.
Wait. First off, I love Ciryl Gane's stand-up. He's definitely, I think, has I think he has a clear advantage. And look, Ngannou, people were afraid to even make a move on him. Ciryl really, he handled that. So he handled those waters pretty good, man. He wasn't nothing. There was no fear. There was nothing. I thought he did a great job in that fight, excluding, that one mistake. But yeah, I don't know. He's definitely not fearful of Jon Jones, but that might be good and that might be bad. That's why I say, like, sometimes you need that fear to drive you those extra rounds in sparring or conditioning or training, and to really make it serious. And I don't know. I think, John, you hit it. He's naturally so gifted that sometimes those guys don't work hard. The
question beckons, though, right?
Yeah.
He fought Francis Ngannou 13 months ago. And as Jon Jones articulated this week, that's the best wrestler in MMA that Ciryl Gane has ever fought. Francis Ngannou, right? So how much wrestling maintenance and commitment has there been from Ciryl Gane over the last 13 months? Because, Kenny, I think you're very bright to bring up the resolve he showed in coming back to beat Tyson.
Yes.
It was a very difficult fight.
Yes.
All the pressure was on Gane, obviously, as we ushered in the Paris market, all of that stuff, right? But, dude, if you're going to beat Jon Jones, like, hopefully there's been a wrestling and a grappling commitment over the last 13 months, because that's going to be a real problem against a heavyweight Jon Jones, one would think.
Yeah, and John, the other thing is, with all of those guys, all he had to do was worry about one aspect of MMA. Now he's got to worry about the other aspects. You know what I mean? And we saw what happened even with Francis with the takedown. That was one time, and it just, it was not good, So it was, I don't know. I do like Ciryl. I think he's definitely a live underdog for sure. I would never go the opposite, but I think fight IQ and just all the accomplishments. Jon Jones knows how to compete, and he knows how to win. Even when things aren't even looking good, he still finds a way to get the job done.